Today we're going to take a look at a really scary, frightening, terrible monster, the Stirge. I love Stirges. Not to be confused with sturgeons. It's a fish. Stirge. These guys are nasty. Okay. Frequencies uncommon. 3 to 30 appearing. Armor class 8, 1+1 hit dice. Attack is 1. Damage is 1 to 3 plus blood drain. And they are animal intelligence, neutral alignment, and small. Stirges are found only in very dark, tangled forests and subterranean lairs. They lay in wait for their warm-blooded creatures. Swoop down, and when their long, sharp proboscis is attached, the blood of the victim is drawn through to be eaten. Stirges attack as if they were creatures with 4 hit dice rather than 1+1. That makes them formidable right there for a low-level party. They're going to hit. The snaky proboscis of a Stirge inflicts 1 to 3 points of damage when it hits. Each round after striking until it has drained 12 points, value in blood, the Stirge drains blood equal to 1 to 4 points. That's per round. That's in addition to the 1 to 3. So you're looking at a potential 1 Stirge doing 15 points of damage. Bloated with blood, the Stirge draining 12 points worth of blood will flop off to digest its repast. The only method to detach a Stirge from its prey is to kill it. The feathers of a Stirge are rusty red to red-brown. Its eyes and feet are yellowish. The dangling proboscis of a Stirge is pink at the tip, fading to gray at the base. So, what's so frightening about these things? Well, the fact they're 1+1 hit dice, but strike at 4 hit dice is one thing. Damage of 1 to 3 doesn't seem like much until you look at the fact that they appear in groups of 3 to 30. A bunch of these, 20 of these, attacking a second or third level party. And if the second or third level party has 6 to 8 members, you're looking at a lot of damage inflicted. They're pretty much going to hit the armor class because they're striking as 4 hit dice. They're swarming you, and they're staying attached, continuing to do damage. If you get 3 of these attached to you, you're looking at 3 die 4, or 3 to 12 points of damage per round of just blood drain as you deal with the others. So if you're striking a Stirge in the air and the ones that are attached to you are left alone, they continue to drain blood. Now, the way we play it is that other players can, of course, come and help you detach a Stirge. But on a natural 1, they completely whiff on hitting the Stirge, and they hit you for full damage. So if they're striking with a longsword, and it's a +1 longsword, and they swing and they roll a natural 1 when trying to strike a Stirge that's on you, they inflict the maximum of 8 plus 1.9 points of damage to the person they're trying to help. So Stirges are nasty just in that way. But having a bunch of these come up, you can't use a fireball on them. You can use magic missile on them, and you could magic missile multiples. A magic user that has a few Stirges attacked could use multiple magic missiles to clean some of the Stirges off. So that would be a good use of the magic missile in this case. But 1+1 hit point or hit dice, they're looking anywhere from 2 to 9 hit points. So they're pretty formidable. A bloated Stirge at armor class 8, it's flopped on the ground, it's virtually helpless. I allow them to be stomped on with no real problem. Another way I used Stirges, I've told this story before on the channel, was during my Walpurgis game. Walpurgis is a game I run around Halloween where players come in and I kill their characters, and it doesn't count. It's just for fun. It's just for me to come up with innovative ways to kill characters. It's players to enjoy seeing their characters get killed with no consequence. It's proven to be very popular at my table. I've run it for over 40 years. One of the things I used for Walpurgis was the Bloodcloud. The Bloodcloud was about 80 to 100 Stirges attacking a high-level character. I didn't even roll to hits on this one. I just did, I think it was 4 to 32 damage per round for blood drain from this thing. The Bloodcloud was incredibly dangerous and got at least 1 player in my Walpurgis game. Now, I've done a lesser version of the Bloodcloud, still called the Bloodcloud, in actual games when the players are up a few levels, but I still want to use Stirges. I'll go ahead and I'll have 80 or 100 Stirges attack the players, but I'll only drain something like 3 to 12 points per round for blood draw, and I'll inflict some damage for the proboscis going in. So there's still some damage to be had. It's still a build-up, but it's not as bad as the Bloodcloud I use for Walpurgis. So Stirges can be usable anywhere from first level all the way up through 7th or 8th level if you do a Bloodcloud, or just forget a Bloodcloud, just do a ton of them. The only problem is going to be once something is getting down around armor class 0, -1, Stirge is going to have a harder time, even at 4 hit dice, penetrating that AC. So there you have it. That's a quick look at the Stirge, one of my favorite low-level monsters. I remember these monsters in Basic. Now, I'm not positive it was in the Basic book. I believe it was. But if it wasn't, one of my players had the monster manual, and we pulled it from there. Either way, I know I was fighting Stirges very early on in my days in D&D. That would have been back in early to mid 1980. So there you have it today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Just a quick look at a fun monster. And that's it for today, and I'll see you next time on page 121.